Now that we have all the stretchy bones set up, what we need to do is go around and start parenting things together so everything follows. At the moment, the head essentially is not pulling all the facial bones with it. So what we need to do is we need to parent off essentially all the point helpers off to some sort of base node. We're going to use the node that the jawbone is lined up to and get all the, basically make sure that is the root node of the entire face, as opposed to the head joint. Could be the head joint as well, doesn't really matter. We're going to set that up just so that everything is going to that to start with, and then we'll go around, we'll start working with it from there and making sure that other controls are parented to the correct things as we go, and we start resetting things up. So I'm going to grab all of the point helpers, and essentially the joints right now sit outside of the hierarchy. They could be eventually parented down to, they could be parented this, I guess, the root of each chain, or down to the base node of the character, just about wherever you like. But right now the joints are actually all sitting outside of the hierarchy. But they'll all now follow with it and follow along with it because they're all constrained up to the point helpers. Now the next thing to do is let's get the jawbone working a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll grab some of the ones around the mouth and let's just parent them directly up to the jawbone, let's say, and we can actually see the jawbone working a bit. And this will probably change a fair bit from as we go, as we start to hook up the rest of the mouth and get things flowing and working with control objects and blended between other constraints to make sure that when we pull one, it might pull others a little bit and push and pull everything. So let's just directly connect these ones up to the jawbone. Just have to change my selections again. And now we can actually go in and we can open the jaw. Now you can see the skins being pulled here. I haven't skinned any of these joints yet. That happens to just be the skinning to the jawbone that was there from the previous lesson on doing the morph system. So that all works and flexes as it should. What we should do now is we should go in and we should do a little bit of skinning for the face and get the at least the base of the skinning down, so that we can start seeing the kind of interaction we're going to get between the joints and the skin. So then when we start applying facial controls, we'll have a better idea of what they're going to do and how they're actually going to react, and how much we should be pulling and stretching joints to get the kind of facial expressions that we're looking for. So I have the head currently frozen. I'm just going to go in and unfreeze it. And I'm just going to also turn off the see-through mode. And in the modifier and the skin, we're going to have to go through and add all of the joints in, and then set all the envelopes. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to reset the front of the face, all the vertices in the front of the face, so that we can just use envelopes to start with and get them all sort of semi-set up with envelopes. So again, with vertices filtered in skin, I'm going to go in, I'm going to pick all the vertices in the front of the face, and I'm going to hit the reset on them, reset selected vertices. The reason I'm going to do this is all these vertices were baked at the skinning level when all the weights were baked down when we did all the initial skinning of this character in the previous DVDs. So now we need to release the vertices so that envelopes can take effect in the face again. It's just going to be a faster way of getting a nice soft areas around the joints to start with. So I want to say reset selected vertices, and I'm also going to turn on show envelopes so that we can actually see all the envelopes again. Now this face obviously has, the head has some major control over all the face areas. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around, I'm going to add all of the bones in that I've created, and currently they're not named, so that's going to be a hard task. So I'm going to go in and name all the joints in the face first, and then I'm going to add them all into skin, and I'm going to set the envelopes, and I'll go ahead and do that and then just show you what I've done just to save time, because this is just a very preliminary skinning stage. So now I've done a quick pass on the skinning.